Hello, this is Lee Anthony Davis, making another announcement video for my YouTube channel. It's Sunday the 1st of October. Yes, it's that time of the month where we begin a new one. And there's a lot of good things coming up for me on this channel. I'll tell you about that sometime during next week. Just before I start, I would like to say thank you very much for all the people that follow this channel. I really appreciate it. I've seen the comments, they've been positive. Some haven't been, but it doesn't matter. It's a balance, really, and I really appreciate it because you the person that follows me, and you make a comment, I will get back to you with that comment. I promise. I won't ignore it or anything. Right, okay, then I'll get on with it. The usual announcements: group of the day, contribute of the day, birthday announcements, Doctor Who news to tell you about, updates, that's page, group and Instagram on my account, and also Doctor Who collection, which is the John Pertwee DVD collection to show you today, Doctor Who quiz question, the answer from yesterday's question and a new question, and also let's have a look. It's comments and your comments, and of course coming up, what's coming up. Right, let's get on with it. I'm going to go really quick. Let's see if I can do this video quicker than yesterday. Right, group of the day that's caught my eye on Facebook is the Twilight Zone official group. The Twilight Zone, the official group, the rival to the Outer Limits, you know. This was in the 60s, black and white, good stuff, great science fiction stories and everything. That had a William Shatner in it, and many other famous names. Yes, that is my choice for Saturday the 30th of September on Facebook. That's my group of the day. Right, moving on. Contribute of the day goes to Maria Skyper Giesler for Saturday the 30th of September. So thank you very much. I do appreciate you having the time to listen to this. It might not be relevant to you, but I like doing little things like that because these people and these groups deserve a little bit of limelight, a bit of spotlight, because they're not noticed a lot. And, you know, it's unusual. I don't want to keep doing Doctor Who, nominating them all the time. I want to do something different, and that's something different as far as I'm concerned. Right, okay, so congratulations to both of them. I'll post them up on Facebook, Instagram, my story and Twitter. Right, okay then, that'll be going up today. Right, birthday announcements. These people are celebrating their birthdays on Sunday the 1st of October, the new month. Here we go. Devon Nord, Johnny Clark, Adam Peterson, Francetta Casper, Satine Lux and Jason Joyce, all celebrating their birthdays on Facebook. Well done to them. Wish them well. Right, moving on to Doctor Who news. Remember I told you about the 60th anniversary? Right, I've got some details to fill you in on that. I'm just going to tell you about the details. This is what is the gist of the content. There will be a world exclusive of theme for the new companion of Ruby Sunday, called her new music theme called Life on Sunday. There'll be a new music theme for the 15th Doctor and the Ncuti Gatwa called the 15th. There'll be contributions from two former showrunners, well, three actually, but one's returned. Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat and Chris Chibnall will be donating their stuff to it, as well as probably making an appearance, who knows. And then there's the classic years of Doctor Who, 60s, 70s, 80s. Basically what the gist of that is the music to complement these the classic era, and also show you the film. I think they do it in a BBC Proms thing with a big massive screen. I don't know, but you'll be able to listen to it obviously on the radio and BBC streaming, I think it is. Right, and a look ahead to the 60th anniversaries as well that will be shown, little tantalising clippets, as they say. Right, so that'll do on that. That's what's coming up. I thought I'd go through it quickly because I could be here all day explaining every little thing, so I rushed it. I'm sorry, but I had to rush it. Right, because I want to get this video done as quick as possible. I want to try and beat my record of 9 minutes. Right, okay then. Now I've got some other Doctor Who exciting news to tell you about. I'm going to look at the Wild Blue Yonder. That's the second of the anniversaries, and I'll do it quick. I've got some images here to give you an idea. Right, the TARDIS lands in a spaceship. The Doctor appears out, along with Donna. They both look around the spaceship. Donna looks apprehensive. The Doctor looks concerned. Donna usually doing her usual rant. Donna presses something she shouldn't have done, and then suddenly something opens and they fall on the floor. Right, and then Donna's still on the floor. The Doctor's got up. Donna gets to her feet. She runs scared or whatever through some through the corridors of I think it might be in the studios of BBC. And then Donna stops, puts her hands out, notices symbols on a wall. The Doctor is looking through some sort of screen, the information, everything, and mucking about with some buttons on some control. The ship appears to be empty. The Doctor looks up. I think he's worked it out, and he thinks he knows that this is a temporal trap or some sort of trap. And he has a look down. That's a notification for me. Nothing important. Getting on, and suddenly it's big lights from the Blue Yonder. So hence the Wild Blue Yonder comes into the spaceship, and that is it. But what I have got there, I will post on my Lee Anthony Davis, the Doctor Who group, so you can see him on there if you want to join. That is right. Okay, that's all I've got for you on that. There's not a lot of I did say there wasn't a lot there. Right, moving on. Updates. Here we go. My Doctor Who, Lee Anthony Davis, the Doctor Who page is now reached 70 followers. That's on Facebook. And my Lee Anthony Davis, the Doctor Who group, has reached a big 90. Thank you very much to all of you. My Instagram account has now reached 100 followers. So thank you very much to all and one of you. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward. My target, obviously, with my group is to get to 100. So it looks like it's heading that way. 100 members. I only started about 3 weeks ago. So it's pretty good. I've got lots of stuff on their videos and whatever. So if you want to join, you're quite welcome. Right, okay then. Right, moving on to my Doctor Who collection. I'll go through this fast. Here we go. We've got Spearhead in Space, from Space, sorry. This is the first ever adventure of the Doctor as he meets the Brigadier, the forming of unit, the proper forming of unit with Brigadier. I don't think Captain Yates is in it. We've got Sergeant Benton, and they're coming up against, I think it's the first time of the Nestings and the Autons. Oh, sorry. Yes, that's right. This is Liz Shaw, played by Caroline John. She's in it for the first time. She's been seconded by UNIT from the university, Cambridge University. She's meant to be the scientist in that field on meteorites and all sorts of this and that. Anyway, so she's in there. Liz Shaw makes her appearance as the Doctor's assistant, or was she? She's more of on the equivalent. I'm waffling on too much. I'll stop. Right, this one's the second story, the Silurians. This is where the Doctor discovers that there are, it's not just only the humans that occupy the Earth. They want their planet back. It's quite good. I'm going through it quickly, so I've got time to explain it. The Ambassadors of Death. This is about a kidnapping of aliens and from a General Carrington, who went to Mars probe before all this happened, and one of his friends died, one of the astronauts that was, because of the touch. If they touch you, you're dead, because I think they live on radiation. Anyway, I think you've seen the story, so you don't need me to tell you. Inferno is the parallel Earth where the Doctor slips sideways and goes into seeing all his friends the opposite. Like the Brigadier's got an eye patch and he's now brigade leader. Liz Shaw is a squadron sort of commandant, very authoritarian, I think. But it's a great story, brilliant. I love this one. 7 episodes, but it's fucking brilliant. Here we go. Terror of the Autons introduces the Master, Roger Delgado, and Katie Manning as the new Doctor Assistant. There you go. And we come up against the Autons. Right, Mind of Evil is about a mind-controlling parasite that feeds off fear, and they try, the Master brings it to this prison to test it out on all the prisoners, and what it does is it reduces them to a vegetable, because this creature inside this machine feeds off it. So instead of hanging them and executing them, or they feed this machine into them. Eventually the Doctor realizes it's not what it all appears, and he realizes that this machine is actually a creature inside. We know that already, but I can't go through it because it takes too long. This is where aliens pretend to be friendly and deliver some sort of thing called axonite, and unfortunately the axonite absorbs everything. These creatures are not what they appear. They're gold, but they're actually these things here. They turn into that sort of loads of wires all over them. I don't know. It's quite a good monster actually. It didn't. I think they should have got another airing. Anyway, here we go. Colony in space. The Doctor is on a mission for the Time Lords. The Master is after the Doomsday weapon, obviously. Stole the plans. The demons. This is Barry Lett's little joke. He swapped it around. He put the E round the other way, so the E is after the A when it should be the E. It should be the demons, not the daemons. Daemons is a joke title. So this is about superstition, witchcraft, black magic, you name it. It's a brilliant story. I love it. Roger Delgado is at his best. Right. Here we go. Day of the Daleks. Not so good of a Dalek story, in my opinion. I think it was shoehorned in. I think it's to celebrate the 20th anniversary at the time. This came in January, I think, January 72. I don't know. But it wasn't one of the best stories, you know that. Right. Curse of Paladin. This featured Michael Troughton's son, David Troughton. He's been in it a few times. There you go. This is Joe Grant's starts to have an attachment to the king, Paladin, but it doesn't go anywhere. And the Doctor comes up against his old adversaries, the Ice Warriors, you know. But they're not enemies in this one. That doesn't happen until the monster Paladin. Right, the Sea Devils. The Master's back to his old tricks again. He's managed to make contact with another amphibian humanoid creature that lives in the sea, not in caves, called the Sea Devils. You know that already. Brilliant story. They did get another airing, but I think they were badly portrayed by the Russell T, not JNT era. I think they deserve another airing. I think Chris Chibnall had a good go at it, you know what I mean. Right, the mutants. The mutants weren't that terrifying. You could tell they were rubber monsters with people in them. Obviously, they were a little bit more midgety, so they could get smaller people in them, so it made it look like authentic, but I didn't think it was. The Doctor has to deliver, again, for the Time Lords, to a race that are being killed off by the humans. Solos, I think it's called, or Solonians are being killed because the marshal wants control. He's a colonist, but he's no longer required in that job, so he decides to take call martial law, execute, assassinate, and whoever gets in his way. But the Doctor and this where is it? Oh, it's not on there, but it turns into this it metamorphoses. I think you've seen it. I mean, like I said, I've got to rush this. The Time Monster, here we go. This is not a very good story, but this has got Ingrid Pitt in. Brilliant. She is brilliant. You know, if you know Ingrid Pitt, you know she's vampire, the Hammer Horror and all that, but she's appeared with John Pertwee before, so they work well. She was in the House That Dripped Blood in a scene with John Pertwee where he played the vampire, but here she plays one of the legends of Atlantis, is it, or something, and they found this crystal. The crystal was fixed, so they can't lift it or whatever, so they go back in time, and that's when they come up against the Minotaur, and obviously the Masters pretend to be a god when he isn't, so he tries to get his hands on the crystal. He wants ultimate power. He wants to enslave Kronos, obviously, the Eater of Time. Right, the Three Doctors. This is a pretty good story, but I think they shoehorned it in just to fit around the three characters. Sadly, William Hartnell was very ill. He couldn't make it anymore, so that was the end of that. But they did manage to get him sitting down with a TV screen or whatever. I don't know, but it was a brilliant movie. The monsters were rubbish. The jelly monsters, I call them. Omega was brilliant. It was a good story. Right, Carnival Monsters. There you go. It looked like a glove puppet, that one, didn't it? Somebody going up with their hand up, like Sooty. Here we go. There we are, the Carnival Monsters. The Doctor lands inside this sort of scope machine or whatever, and eventually he gets to the bottom of it. Anyway, Frontier in Space. Sadly, this is the last one. Roger Delgado, who's sadly killed 2 weeks later after this went out or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, that was why the ending ended so strangely. You know, if you saw it, you wondered what's going on here. Where's the Master? What's happened? Has he run? Has he gone? You know, there's so many questions with that. But it was obviously they couldn't make they couldn't make the follow-up to why or where he was. He was meant to be in Planet of the Daleks, where his demise was going to be magnificent, you know, and he was going to end up saving the Doctor, apparently. But anyway, that's a brilliant story. That leads on to this one, the Planet of the Daleks. It's a good story, but I think the little model Daleks shown as a massive army, frozen eyes, I think they were too obvious they were models, you know. But nevertheless, it was a good story. The Green Death, brilliant ecological disaster on the way with this one, about pollution and stuff like that. Barry Letts loved this sort of stuff. He was into meditation, as you know. But this was a great story, and sadly, it was Katie Manning's final adventure, The Green Death. Right, the Time Warrior introduces Sarah Jane Smith to it. There you go, the Time Warrior. The first introduction of the monster, which would become famous on Doctor Who, as much as the Cybermen and Daleks, the Sontarans. There you go. The invasion of the dinosaurs. This was about sending Earth back to another era, Golden Age they called it, and we get to see Sergeant Benton fighting. He actually disobeys orders, but for the right reasons, of course. And Captain Yates turns traitor in this one. And there you go. John Pertwee gets to the bottom of it again and solves it. And Elizabeth Sladen's very good in that one. Right, Death to the Daleks, not a very good story. The Daleks are not very... this is what happens when the Daleks haven't got their weapons, so they have to improvise and use bullets instead. But it's still a good story, I suppose, if you can call it that. The Monster Paladin, very good, but very political. I don't need to go into that. You know all about that. Right, this is John Pertwee's final adventure. You know what I mean, the Planet of the Spiders. Fantastic. This is to do with John Pertwee, to give him, to make him into a James Bond character of all those little things he's got waiting for him, helicopters, gyroplanes, whatever, the hovercraft, and it was all, you know, it was a pointless scene to do, but it was basically for John Pertwee, that, because it was his final adventure, and all the old actors that were in it, in his past adventures, all came into it in his finale. Anyway, that's that. That's my Doctor Who collection. I'll do the Tom Baker one tomorrow. Right, moving on. Let's see. Oh, yes, it's Doctor Who quiz time. Remember, I asked which actor... Patrick Troughton played two parts, didn't he? And I wanted to know what was the name of the character he played, the evil one, and the story. The name of the character he played was Salamander, of course, an ambitious politician, and it was called Enemy of the World, directed by Barry Letts, who it became eventual showrunner. Right, I've got another question for you, as I've got to go through this. I ain't got time to explain. Here we go. Who, as a guest star, has appeared in Doctor Who the most times? Who, as a guest star, has appeared in Doctor Who the most times? I want to know the name of that person and how many times he appeared in it. Right, moving on. Comments. This is important, so I'm going to go really through it quickly. So here we go. Let's hit that button. Do that. Let's go to there. Comments. Right, moving on here. Let's go there. Right, okay then, I'll read some of your comments and I'll do it now. This is to do with happy birthday, Alan. I hope you're having a great day. Wishing you many happy birthdays ahead. That's from Linda Sprenkle. That's to do with Alan Seymour. Remember, he's someone who does a lot of hard work. He's got a lot of groups on Facebook. I gave him a bigger mention I should. I'm sorry about that. I'm a bit biased, aren't I? But he's a good friend of mine, so I thought I'd give him a little bit. And that's what they're doing. I've got some... just get me a glass here to see. First, this is another one from Aaron Baker, wishing him well. He's also looking forward to... it says here, looking forward to hearing more details on Doctor Who Radio, Doctor Who on Radio 2. Yes, I've already done that, so you won't have to look forward to it anymore. Right. I've just had a comment here from SK Productions telling me the 60th concert happened already the 29th of September evening. It was live and recorded. The recorded release will be out on the day that I said, 15th, and to stream from the BBC. Sounds so you can watch it all the time. Right, okay, that's very interesting. Thank you, SK Productions, for that. I do appreciate you giving me the feedback. My information's only going on what I'm told. You know, somebody goes out for me and looks for it, so I can't be blamed. But I didn't really get it wrong, and I didn't exaggerate. I did, but that is basically telling me that is the actual facts of the matter. Right, okay, thank you, SK Productions, because that's what I like doing these comments for. Right, I've got... I've just got to go one more place before, let's see, I'm just going, just getting there quick if I can make it, because I'm running. Ooh, time is short. Right, okay, let me just go. I've done that one. Right, we go Lost in Space comments. Do this quickly. Really, Mr. Smith had nothing to do with John Robinson having an accident and left in the cliffhangers the way he did, you know, where he fell onto the floor. That was the last video I posted up. He hits a signpost into the ground, and then all this gas comes up and he falls out. Smith had nothing to do with it. If he had something to do with it, it would have been the coward of not going with him to volunteer. Right, okay. I've got another one here from Arthur Brito. I can't read it. It's wait a minute. I might be able to translate that one quickly. I wanted to know how this car fit inside the ship. Oh, fair enough. I want to know as well. But thank you for your comment. I haven't got much to say, but that is it. There's more comments there, but I can't go through them all. Right, there you go. I've tried my time. I've got 20 minutes. It's longer than I thought. It's better than yesterday. I've just beat it by a few minutes. I'm going to have to go now. But don't forget, coming up, before I go, I've got Lost in Space cliffhanger coming up very shortly after this video's loaded. I've got the Sarah Jane Adventures page and group that's going out. My group, that is, with my name on it, Lee Anthony Davis. That's out on Monday, a week on Monday. And don't forget, this Saturday there's a Doctor Who quiz. And don't forget the Radio 2 Doctor Who concert on the 15th of October. Right, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I wanted to do it quickly. I've tried my best. I couldn't do it, but I did my best. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it very much. Bye for now.